TJ Breckville here, and I'm going to be teaching this guitar solo I made. I'm going through some distortion. That's pretty much it, with some other effects added into there a little bit. But I'm in drop C tuning, and so to get started, I start up with a slide on the A string here. So I'll be sliding up on the A string up to the 10th fret of the A string. So I slide up here. So first we got the 10th fret of the A string. Our second note will be the 12th fret of the A string. Then our third will be the 13th fret of the A string. So I'll go like. The next part will be the 11th fret of the D string. So it goes, and then it's back down to the 13th fret of the A string, and it's down to the 12th fret of the A string, then it's back up to the 13th fret of the A string, then it's to the 11th fret of the D string. So what we got here, that's it. So our next note will be, so we'll be going from where we left off at the 11th fret of the D string, and we'll be going to the 12th fret of the D string. Then we'll be going to the 14th fret of the D string. So all that together in slow motion from the beginning will be. And then our next note, we're going up to the G string of the 10th fret. So, and then we'll be going back down to the 14th fret of the D string, then to the 12th fret of the D string, then back up to the 14th fret of the D string, then back up to the 10th fret of the G string, then to the 12th fret of the G string, then to the 14th fret of the G string. Then we'll be jumping up to the 11th fret of the B string, then back down to the 14th fret of the G string, then down to the 12th fret of the G string, then to the 14th fret of the G string, and then we'll finish off this section with a 15th fret of the B string, and then the 14th fret of the B string. So all this slowly together sounds like. Alright, for the second part of this guitar solo, we're going to use our first finger on the 10th fret of the B string. We're going to hammer onto the 11th fret of the B string. We're going to pull back off to the 10th fret of the B string. Then we're going to use our third finger and press the 12th fret of the G string. Our first finger on the 10th fret of the G string. Then we're going to slide down to the 9th fret of the G string. We're going to hammer onto the 10th fret of the G string. Pull off to the 9th fret of the G string. And then the 10th fret of the D string, and then slide up to the 12th fret of the D string. So all this together slowly sounds like. Alright, next we're going to do a big bend on the 10th fret of the G string. It should be a whole step bend. So you should be hearing should be bending up to what sounds like the 12th fret of the G string. So it should be like. And then when we're at the peak of the bend, we're going to tap the 17th fret of the G string. So it'll sound like. So after we tap the 17th fret of the G string, we're going to come back down and do a little vibrato. And then we're going to do the 10th fret of the D string, then the 10th fret of the G string, and then back down to the 10th fret of the D string, and then we're going to bar both the 12th fret of the D and G string. So all this slowly together sounds like. Next, we have this cool little riff down here, which we start on the 5th fret of the A string. Then we'll jump up a whole step to the 7th fret of the A string. Then we'll go with our 4th finger to the 8th fret of the A string. Then we'll jump up with our 1st finger to the 5th fret of the D string. Then we're back down to the 7th fret of the A string with our 3rd finger. Then with our 4th finger we'll hit the 8th fret of the A string. So this part in slow motion sounds like. And then we'll be hitting a power chord here. Since we're in drop C, it will be a barred chord. So we'll be barring the 7th fret of both the low E string, the A string, and the D string. So it'll sound like this. Then, but we're not going to be on that chord for long. We're going to slide up a half step to the 8th fret of the low E, the A, and the D string. So it sounds like. So all this third section together slowly sounds like. And then we do another power chord down here on the 3rd fret of the low E, A, and D. Then the 2nd fret of the low E, A, and D. Then we do 4 really quick chugs on the open E string. So it's just one time, but. And then we do a hammer-on pull-off. We'll be on the 3rd fret of the D string with our 1st finger on the 3rd fret of D string, and we'll hammer onto the 4th fret of the D string with our 2nd finger, and we'll pull back off to our 1st finger on the D string. So it sound like. And then, so this section altogether slowly sounds like. That's what we got so far. Then we'll hit the open E again. Then we'll jump up to the A string of the 3rd fret. Then back down to the low E. Then we'll hit the 3rd fret of the A string, and immediately we'll slide right up into a C power chord here. It's on the 5th fret of the A string with your 1st finger on the 5th fret, and then on the D string you have your 3rd finger on the 7th fret. So in slow motion, the whole solo sounds like. So that's what we have for this rocking guitar solo, and you can practice it this speed. You can work it up to a faster tempo. The tempo that I play it at sounds like this. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, please subscribe and be waiting for a next guitar tutorial.